Yeah, can I say one thing though? I mean, we can use this against, if you're looking for an outside enemy, demonize Bilderbergers. Bilderberg is, I just want to explain it. You want to explain the Bilderbergers running the world, 130 and all that. Let's demonize them and take them down.
You also might as well throw the UN in there too. I mean, speaking of things a lot of Americans haven't heard of that's happened recently. I mean, you look at UN Agenda 21. Okay, they're talking about wanting to herd everybody into teeny little areas under a guise of saying, "Oh, we're going to kill all the little animals, so you have to live in these teeny little cities on top of each other." I mean, you guys should really do some research on UN Agenda 21. It's scary stuff. I mean, they're dividing. Yes, they're going to divide. They want to divide America into regions, and they're going to take about 95% of the land mass, and they're going to say, "Oh, you can't live on that because it's going to hurt little animals," and everybody has to be herded into these little areas. And what they're doing is they're legislating one section of the country at a time, trying to get in bed with our city, state, and local governments. And slowly tear away our rights to private property, and it's all about some sort of a worldwide socialist fascism. I mean, it's about redistribution of wealth, and it's some really scary stuff.
You know, there's another analogy from what you're saying is that, you know, in cancer, traditional medicine, it starts with a small cancer someplace in the body, and it metastasizes into all these other things, so that, you know, 9/11 is the cancer that is metastasizing to everything that we can touch. That's why this group, we've encouraged people to get into things like impeachment, chemtrails, other areas, because it's, you know, we can see what's happening, how 9/11 is being used.
One other thing, I didn't get your name. Roger and Sean.
Shane,
excuse me. It'd be nice if, you know, you had something to add to, you know, what you've heard here, or maybe even something that's only slightly related.
you guys know
I watched Daniel Estulin speak. I bought his book. I'm starting to read it. It's very good. It's called The True Story of the Bilderberg Group.
Excellent.
It talks about, like I said, I just started reading it, but you know, he's gained a lot of access. He's been studying it for 20 years, so yeah, I would recommend it. That's all I'm going to say when you mentioned that.
Wait, whoa, wait a minute. Wait. Look. This is the deal, folks. All these people that are paranoid about the world come and scream at me everywhere. All right, I'll answer. All right. Okay, now wait a minute. You said you would go if I answered the question, right? You said you would go if I answered the question. You said you would go if I answered the question. You said you would go if I answered the question. All right, here's the answer. I happened to be in Europe then on my way to Russia. I was invited to go to Bilderberg by Vernon Jordan, a friend of mine and a genuine hero of the civil rights movement. And to the best of my knowledge, NAFTA was not discussed by anybody in my presence. I was talking to people who happened to be from Europe who did not give a rip about NAFTA. Number one. Number two. Okay. Number two, I tried to get labor and environmental standards in that agreement, but I couldn't because it was all negotiated when I got there. Number three, when I was president, we enforced our trade laws 5 times as much as the Bush administration did. We gained manufacturing jobs. Wait a minute. We gained manufacturing jobs in 6 of the 8 years I was president. They've lost manufacturing jobs in every year. We had 22.9 million new jobs. They've had 5 million. Family incomes went up $7,500 a year when I was president. They're down $1,000 now. We had almost 8 million people. So I was not. I had a very good time talking to those Europeans about European affairs and what was going to happen to Russia, but I was not somehow polluted by it into sacrificing America's economic interests. America did a lot better when I was president than they have in this decade, and that's the truth. Now, goodbye. Thank you.
Have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law. Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge. Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is a very real prospect of a new world order.
The Council on Foreign Relations, known as the CFR, an organization publicly sworn to destroy American national sovereignty and usher in a tyrannical world police state, could not contain their glee on September 12th, the day after the tragic attack. They announced their New World Order.
There is a chance for the President of the United States to use this disaster to carry out what his father, a phrase his father used, I think, only once, and hasn't been used since, and that is a new world order.
From 1945 and the end of the war through 1989 and the end of the Cold War, we had a worldview. Republican and Democratic presidents alike, from Harry Truman to George Bush, stood for freedom and stood for certain propositions that would make America strong and healthy and grow the middle class and shrink poverty and stand against communism. And after 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order, and instead it looks like we got a lot of disorder. And we still, and after 9/11, we've been more sensitive to the